everybody. So, today I'm going to talk about the movies that never fail to make me cry. I have watched some of these movies on here at least 20 times, but I still cry every time because they're so emotional and they're so well acted, and I just love these movies, okay? Let's get to the list. Alright, movie number 1. I just watched this, and I cried throughout the entire thing. It's We Are Marshall. It's a classic. It's so amazing, and gosh, okay. So basically it's about rebuilding a football team at Marshall University after a plane crash kills the entire team except for 4 people and all of the coaching staff except for 1. So it's really great. I highly recommend it. Movie number 2, next movie, is another football movie, Remember the Titans. It's also one of those really, like, classic movies, and it's just about loving your fellow man, and I'm a sap for that kind of crap. So, there you have it. Next on the list is Moulin Rouge. It's a very great musical. It's about love. Well, it's about truth, beauty, freedom, and love. Truth, beauty, freedom, love. Something like that. I don't know. It's the Bohemian Ideals. It's beautiful. It's great. I recommend that one as well. Alright, next on my list is Pearl Harbor. This is a war movie. So straight up, you're like, okay, somebody's gonna die here. Someone will die in the end. It's just, you don't expect to get so attached to them because they're soldiers, but you do. You really do. Next on my list is The Breakfast Club. This is a cult classic, I guess you would consider it. It's from the 80s. Everybody has heard The Breakfast Club, heard of it, and many movies have parodied it, but the part that makes me cry is when they're sitting together and just talking about why they're there and about their lives, and it just gets to me because, like, they're such sad people. Very sad. Okay, next movie on the list is Rent. It's another musical, but it's so good. And the part that makes me cry is after this, well, they're a drag queen, and after they die, their boyfriend sings a reprise of the love duet that they sang earlier in the musical, but he slows it down, and it's so emotional, and I can't handle it most days. Great musical. Next on my list is The Lion King. Now, everybody has seen The Lion King, and if you haven't, you are not living your life. Because The Lion King, classic Disney, I love it, but I cry when Mufasa dies. Without fail, I will cry when Mufasa dies. I love Mufasa. I have a cat named Mufasa. I have a Lion King shirt. I love this movie, and I cry when Mufasa dies. That's it. Alright, next on the list is 4 different movies, but they all go together because obviously it's Harry Potter, but specifically Harry Potter 4, 5, 7, and 8. Now, if you're wondering which ones those are, that's Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2. I cry in Part 4, in number 4, because Cedric Diggory. I love you, our pets. Alright, next, number 5, I cry because Sirius Black dies. No! I'm still upset about that. Every father figure for Harry dies. Ugh. They're like red shirts. And if you don't know what red shirts are, you have a problem. Google it. Just Google the word red shirts. Alright, next is 7 and 8. 7, Dobby. Obviously, If you watched my last video, you will understand because, just Dobby. Okay, and 8, pretty much everyone dies, but the one that hurts the most for me is Severus Snape. He was my favorite character going into the series, like from start to finish. I always believed in Severus Snape, and then they killed him. And I will never get over his death. Ever. Alright, next movie on the list is Dead Poets Society. It's a very classic film. I highly recommend it. The first time I ever saw it was in my English class. And, of course, English class, everybody was complaining about, oh, why we gotta watch this stupid movie. And I was sitting in the back of the room like, oh my god, it's so good, I just can't handle this. And I cried in the classroom. And my English teacher laughed at me. Yeah. Alright, next on the list is The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Whew. From the moment that Patrick kisses him to the end of the movie, I am just a mess of tears, which is why I will never watch this movie with somebody else, because I don't want them to see me like that. Not even Isabel. She's my best friend, and I will not watch Perks with her. Our friendship would never be the same. Alright, next on the list is War Horse. Specifically, the part that makes me cry the most is when they show Tom Hiddleston's face after they, like, reveal those big guns. I'm pretty sure they're Gatling guns, but I could be wrong, so don't quote me on it. But when they show the guns, and then they pan back and they show Tom Hiddleston, just the look on his face, like, it's terror, like, fear for the unknown, and, like, he really is afraid to die. And that is A+ acting right there. So if you ever need to, in classes, study A+ acting, just watch Tom Hiddleston in anything. He is brilliant, and he makes me cry in that movie because, oh god, just his face. And then he's not in the next part when they show his horse, and it kills me. Alright, next on the list is The Outsiders. But most people, you know, you think, oh, so when Johnny dies. Nope, I don't cry then. Yep, you can hate me for that, but I do not cry when Johnny dies. I cry several minutes later when Dally dies. Because Dally left that hospital with the full intention of getting killed. He went, he ripped up that magazine or whatever he was doing, and then he pulled out a fake gun on the cops. Now, anybody knows that once you pull a gun on a cop, they are allowed to open fire, because that is a direct threat. So he knew that, and he did it anyway because he wanted to die. And that gets me every single time. Yep. Alright, last on my list is A Walk to Remember. Now, one of my friends recommended this movie to me several years ago, and I never thought about it, and I was like, whatever. And then I saw it on demand not that long ago. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll watch it. She said it was good, it was sweet, it was a romantic movie. So I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. Clicked on it. She didn't tell me that somebody died in it. Like, what kind of a person doesn't tell you that somebody dies in it? Like, I was not emotionally prepared for her to die. Like, as soon as the word leukemia came out, I was just like, well, crap. I'm gonna cry, aren't I? This is not a good day. And I watched that movie alone at like 1 a.m. after my then at the time boyfriend had already gone to sleep. So I was texting him and I was like, oh, this is a sweet movie, I'm watching it. Oh my god, she dies. And then like, it was a very emotional experience for me. Still a good movie. And if you don't mind sadness, I recommend watching all of the movies on this list. But that's it for my list of the like 16-ish movies that never cease to make me cry. In the comments, tell me what emotional movies you love. And if I haven't seen it, I will watch it. If I have seen it, I will tell you if I cry during that movie or not. But that's all I have for today, so bye!